I want to talk today a little bit about receptionists. I want to talk a little bit about those individuals who are the face of your company.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
You know that I am huge. I'm big on the law of delegation. It is one of those principles that will absolutely transform your business and the way that you do things. However, it can also destroy you if you don't follow some very simple yet very important principles. You also want to follow the important principles that are found in Now software, and that is keeping up on your business, allowing yourself as a business owner to understand what your business is doing. I was just listening to an audiobook this morning that made me think of Now software. I'll tell you why in just a little bit, but right now go to anow.com/coach. Once again, it's anow.com/coach. Okay. I'm big on the law of delegation. I have found a way to divide tasks in the appraisal process into tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and yes, there's a tier 4 and 5, but specifically with appraisals, it's tier 1, 2, and 3. I believe that an appraiser should be a professional, and as a professional, they should perform the job that is most important for them to perform, and that is the valuation process, the analytics process, the analysis that needs to be done. In other words, a doctor doesn't take your temperature, right? A doctor is in the room for 5 to 10 minutes, but it's the most important 5 to 10 minutes of your entire hour and a half visit. Similarly, appraisers should focus on what they are good at and they should delegate the rest. However, what I find often as I coach and mentor other appraisers is they're not careful enough in the hiring process. They're not meticulous enough in the training process. They're not careful enough to watch over and to audit what their employees are doing on a regular basis. Remember, in the end, it is your name, it is your company name, it is your reputation on the line. And it's absolutely essential as a business owner that you are very, very careful about who you hire and to make sure that individual is trained well and managed on a regular basis, like always. And I want to talk today a little bit about receptionists. I want to talk a little bit about those individuals who are the face of your company. When I say the face of your company, I know a lot of appraisers love to be the one to answer the cell phone. They love to answer their own emails, and they think if it's not done by me, it's not going to be done right. Okay, I would argue with you all day long on that because I was that appraiser for too many years. And I think I found a better way of doing things. I know I found a better way of doing things. I would highly encourage that you take a look at my Go Create Some Value workshop where we talk in depth about the law of delegation. I would highly encourage that you would join our Appraiser Academy and specifically go to the law of delegation module that we spent over an hour. In fact, I think it was closer to an hour and a half talking about the details, the ins and outs of hiring, firing, managing, quality control, auditing, these things that are absolutely essential. If you're going to utilize the law of delegation, folks, you need to do it right. One of my biggest nemesises out there, as you all know, if you've read my blog, is Mr. Bill Johnson. Bill is in California, and Bill just loves to wait for a new blog to drop, and then he's usually the first one on there to make some snarky comment, which is fine, whatever. I got tough skin. I got thick skin. I got a target on my back, Bill. I get it, whatever. I think that your comments are they're growing stale because they're the same things just kind of regurgitated each week. But one of the big things that Bill points out all the time is a big misunderstanding he has about my business. And basically, he paints the picture like this. I'm off kicking my feet back watching a movie wherein, I've got a team of 15 people running around doing all of my work, and I'm taking credit for it. I would love, Bill, I'd love for you to visit my offices or at least take my Go Create Some Value workshop and learn a little bit about what I do. Rather than throw stones. Okay, off that soapbox for just a minute. The reason I bring that up is I don't want you to misunderstand. Some people may take a tertiary look at how I present things. I will teach a principle. I will teach an idea, but I won't develop it completely because, hey, it's a podcast. Hey, it's a blog post. Hey, it's whatever. All of my information is out there. I'm very, very, very transparent. And you're welcome to go on my website and look at all of the products that are out there, and you can get some very, very detailed information about how I run my office. But one of the fears I have in doing podcasts and blog posts is that individuals, listeners, or readers get a very surface idea of what I do, and then they make, as Bill has done, a judgment call. And basically they think they understand how things are working, but it's not accurate, not even close. And the problem is I would rather them not know anything than to know something in the wrong way. Okay. Not just to protect my reputation, but because I don't want to see them fail. I don't want the worst thing in the world. I mean, sure, Bill, you can throw stones all day long. Fine, whatever. It really doesn't hurt my feelings anymore. Used to get under my skin, doesn't anymore, Bill. Here's the thing. You can throw those stones all day long, and that's fine. No harm, no foul. You have your opinions, I have my opinions. But what I don't want to be responsible for is somebody who thinks they understand the way I do things, tries to copy it, and ends up failing miserably, okay? Not because of my reputation, but I feel for you. I don't want you, as a business owner, to make some financial mistakes that are going to be detrimental to your relationships, to your current status, your way of living, your lifestyle, your business. Some of these things are big enough that it is very difficult to be able to even pick yourself back up by the bootstraps and continue on. And that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want anybody to listen to me and think they understand and not have taken the Go Create Some Value workshop and not have done these other things and then move on and move forward and say, you know what, I get it, I'm going to do it. And then they end up making some grave and some very serious errors. Okay. So I want to set the record straight a little bit today. And one of the things I want to talk about is receptionists and hiring individuals who are going to be the face of your company. Yes, these are the individuals that are answering the phones. These are the individuals that are responding to the emails. These are the individuals that will be the face of your company to your clients, to your potential customers, to your current customers, to your past customers. These individuals need to be the right type of people. And I'm going to share with you a couple things that I want you to look for when you hire these types of people. But first, I want to remind you that we are sponsored by ANow Software. ANow is the way to be able to really get a snapshot of what you're doing in your business, to really understand what it is that you as a business owner need to be doing on a regular basis. I love the fact that at any moment I can pull up my smartphone, I can pull up the ANow app, I'm already logged in, my credentials are saved, so at a click of a button I can say, oh, this report is due tomorrow. Oh, I have these 3 appointments today. Oh, these 6 appraisals from this particular company have not been paid on, and it's over 45 days. Folks, these are the types of decisions that you as a business owner should be making on a daily basis, but you cannot if you don't know what's going on. This morning I was listening to an ebook. I love Audible. No, I don't get a payment if you go to Audible. I just love it. I'm constantly listening to self-help books. And one of the books I'm listening to right now is a book by an individual who says, you know, any business owner can get a snapshot of what their business is doing, but most of them don't because it's too hard. They don't know how to read balance sheets. They don't know how to read cash flow statements. They don't know how to read profit loss statements. And it's true. Most business owners do not know how to read those very crucial documents. And so they don't learn and they don't take the time to read those things. Okay, fine. But if you could get a snapshot of where your business is at any moment in time, would you do it? Folks, ANow Software will do that for you. Go to anow.com/coach. Again, it's anow.com/coach, and you will get 3 free months to the All-Star team. And we have a new sponsor here today. We are sponsored by Receptionist in a Box. That's right, Receptionist in a Box. If you are looking for the best receptionist, an individual who can be the face of your company, but you don't want to go out and find, you don't want to go out and interview, you don't want to go out and train this individual, Why not go to receptionistinabox.com? That's right. Go to receptionistinabox.com and you place one order, 3 payments, 3 easy payments spread out over the year, and you get a receptionist in a box. That's right. She actually comes in an actual box. Don't worry. They do poke holes in there so she can breathe. It will be, they overnight her. It's very, very quick. It's harmless. Okay, there's no slave labor happening here. A receptionist in a box is your ability to pick up a receptionist, open the box, put her in front of a desk, and she's automatically trained. She automatically can answer the phone. She automatically can answer the emails, and she will do so with the Southern charm that you cannot imagine. That's right, receptionist in a box. Want somebody who will walk the walk? Get receptionist in a box. Boy, wouldn't it be great if it was that easy? And it's not. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't utilize the law of delegation because, well, it's difficult. It's hard. To get from where you're at to where you need to be is not an easy venture to partake in. And most people, when they look at what's really involved in the hiring process and finding the right person, in interviewing and really narrowing it down and getting the right person, they give up and they say, you know what, it's easier. Even when I have that person, I don't want to take the time to train that person. Okay. And it doesn't matter if it's a VA or if it's someone local. They just don't want to go through the process. And as a consequence, they find themselves in the same rut year after year after year. And yes, I use the word rut purposely. They find themselves spinning their wheels and really going nowhere. And I'm telling you folks, until you're willing to really buckle down and do the hard things, and that is be willing to reach out and hire somebody, you're going to have a very difficult time getting ahead. Well, let's say that you've already decided to move in that direction. You've already said, you know what, Dustin, I think you're right. I took your Go Create Some Value workshop. I learned how to hire. I learned how to fire. I learned how to go through the process, right? I'm ready to move forward. What is it that I'm looking for when it comes to a receptionist? Okay. We were joking earlier about receptionist in a box. And one of the things that I said about the receptionist in a box is she comes with Southern charm. Folks, that is kind of the ideal individual. I'm not talking necessarily about somebody that's got a Southern accent. Okay. Although that's a plus, right? I'm talking about an individual. And by the way, this can be male. This can be female. This doesn't matter. Okay. Gender does not matter. What I'm looking for is somebody, this is the key term that I look for when I'm looking for a receptionist, not a data entry person. Okay, not an appraiser trainee. I'm talking about somebody who's going to be answering phones and emails, who will be the face of the company, the individual who, when my clients, my potential customers come to our business, this is the first person that they're going to talk to. This is the individual that they're going to deal with. I want that person to be professional yet personable. Okay, repeat it with me. Okay, here we go. Driving down the road. Ready? Professional yet That's right, personable, okay? Professional yet personable. That's the person that I'm looking for. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, let's step back. Let's just break it apart. Professional is somebody who gets things done. Professional is somebody who understands that this job is important. Professional is somebody who understands the vision of the company, who understands that they represent me as a professional appraiser, okay? I'm a professional appraiser. I'm not just a technician. They are representing my company. They are representing me. They are representing everything that we stand for. That's the professional side, okay? And there is a way to be professional. The problem is that a lot of people who are professional are also very robotic. They are very straightforward, and they simply read from a script, and they tell you all of the right things, but it's done so in a very robotic fashion, okay? It is hard as a potential customer and a client to deal with that type of individual. Okay, then there's the flip side of that. Okay, I'm going to go from one extreme to another. What about that person that just answers the phone and just loves to hang out and how's the weather where you're at and and starts to just kind of, shoot the crap, shoot the bull, shoot the the other word that they often use in my hometown, right? What about that person? Well, folks, I think there's something to that, but there is an extreme. And as a professional talking to a professional business, I don't really want to shoot the crap. I really don't want somebody who's going to talk about their X-gaming experience last night. Okay? There is a very delicate balance between those two. Yes, I want somebody that is professional. Yes, I want somebody that is personable, but I don't want anybody that's on either end of that extreme. I want somebody that has a balance between the two. Somebody who understands that this is a business, yet they're not so robotic and professional that they can't be personable and a human being. You know what I'm talking about. You've had these experiences when you've called a business, whether that be long distance or whether that be somebody locally. You've had these experiences where you have called up businesses and it's just been a good experience. And you felt like it was not too far on either side. And you've had the other experiences as well. You've had the phone calls where you have talked to an individual and they're so professional that you don't think you can get personable with them at all. They don't even seem like a human being. They just seem very business. That's not fun. And I feel like it can be a very huge waste of time on the other side of that spectrum as well. An individual who is very personable, but not very professional, not getting their job done, not representing the company the way that they should. You need somebody that is in between. How do you find that person? Well, there are many, many, many ways to go about it. And there's a very simple process that you can follow in my Go Create Some Value workshop. This is not an upsell to that. I'm just letting you know that I don't have time to go through all the details, but I'll tell you some basics. First of all, start with their resume. Make sure they've had some customer service experience. You don't want to be the guinea pig to train somebody from the get-go. Some of this stuff just comes from experience. Some of this just comes by doing it. And you don't want to be that company that trains that person to do it. Okay? You don't want someone that's young, has never had customer service experience, because there are some things that just cannot be learned unless you do them. Get somebody with at least 2 to 3 years of experience with customer service, and they will come with some knowledge of the principles that are important. Okay? As you interview that person, look for signs. And by the way, a lot of this is just gut feel. It's how they present themselves. You can see a lot in their mannerisms, in the way that they talk, their inflection in their voice, their willingness to be humorous, even in a professional interview. Okay, that's a plus in my mind if I'm sitting down with somebody and interviewing them and they can crack a joke that's not inappropriate, but actually is very appropriate to break the tension and break the ice in the situation. That to me goes a long way. They're willing to put themselves out there and be human. And then I would utilize a little system that I teach in the Go Create Some Value workshop called Omnia. Okay, Omnia is the personality profile test that I use, Omnia Group, which will allow me to be able to understand who this person is and their personality and whether or not they're going to be able to do the job. That is just a few things that I do. And by the way, when I hire them, I am very clear. Some of the things I'm saying to you here, I say to them as well. I explain what professional means. I explain what personable means, and I explain the delicate balance in between, that I want them to strike a balance. And by the way, I do some auditing on a regular basis. We record all of the phone calls that happen in our office, and on a regular basis, I listen to them when I'm working on my business, not just in my business, and I get an update, if you will, on how my people are handling things. I also audit emails. And one of the things that I've told every one of my individuals, here's another little helpful hint, the people that I work with, the great individuals that I surround myself with, if you're going to send an email, whether you're the initiator or you're responding to another, you will always answer the question or ask the question in a professional manner, but you will always say something personable. Okay? It can be something as simple as, I hope you're having a great day. And then you da-da-da-da-da-da, or you da-da-da-da-da-da, and end with, I hope you're having a great day. Or I hope the weather is good where you are. Or it is so nice to hear from you, Natalie. It's been a few weeks since we've talked. Whatever the case may be, always be personable yet professional. I've referred to the Go Create Some Value workshop here a couple of times. You can find that on my website, theappraisercoach.com, and use the code. Please use this code. Okay, get some money off. Save some money today. Use the code podcast at checkout and you will get that for free. I've often been asked the question, Dustin, can I go back and rewatch? Absolutely. Once you are a member, once you have joined, once you have purchased the course, it is there for the review over and over and over again. A lot of companies are not doing that. Once you've watched it or once a certain time period has expired, you're done. That's not the case with the Appraiser Coach. You always have the opportunity to review those things that you have purchased and go back again. That is the same with the Go Create Some Value workshop. Again, it's podcast at checkout in the coupon code. $50 off.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.